Ever heard a song and felt like it spoke directly to your soul? That was Tupac Shakur. His lyrics were raw, his flow undeniable, and his impact on hip-hop culture was immeasurable. But Tupac's life was tragically cut short in a 1996 Las Vegas shooting. Decades later, questions about that night still linger. Was it gang violence? A retaliation hit? Today on Legends Eternal, we're diving deep into the unsolved mystery of Tupac Shakur's death. At the time of Tupac's death on the 13th of September 1996, his net worth, adjusted for inflation, was just $200,000. Was it all worth it? Join us as we explore the life and legacy of a hip-hop legend and the unsolved case that continues to cast a long shadow, Tupac's Vegas night, a brewing conflict. On the 7th of September 1996, Tupac Shakur was in Las Vegas to watch a boxing match between Mike Tyson and Bruce Seldon with Suge Knight, the boss of his record label Death Row Records. After the fight, things got heated. One of Knight's associates spotted a rival gang member, Orlando Anderson. Apparently, there was bad blood between them because earlier that year, Anderson and his crew tried to rob Knight's friend at a shoe store. Knight's friend told Tupac what happened and things escalated fast. Tupac confronted Anderson in the hotel lobby and punched him. Knight's crew joined in and a big brawl ensued. Security guards eventually broke it up. Shakur went back to his hotel room, shaken by the fight. He told his girlfriend what happened even though he'd promised her he wouldn't get into trouble, but trouble seemed to follow Tupac. Suge Knight collected Tupac from his room and they headed to Club 662. Little did Tupac know that this night would be his last, a night of unanswered questions. Shakur's evening took a tragic turn after the boxing match. He was riding with Knight when they were pulled over by police for playing loud music. After a brief stop, they were back on the road. At a red light, Tupac was talking to two women in a car next to them. Suddenly, a white Cadillac pulled up on the other side. Someone in the back seat opened fire, hitting Tupac 4 times. Suge Knight was also grazed by a bullet. Even though Knight was injured and their car had a flat tire, he managed to drive Tupac a short distance before being pulled over again by police. Paramedics then rushed them to the hospital. Doctors fought to save Tupac, but his condition was critical. He was placed in a medically induced coma after trying to get out of bed. The police struggled to establish any leads in the case. Tupac's entourage wasn't very cooperative, and Suge Knight claimed he didn't see who shot them. Tupac's friends feared for his safety and even thought someone might try to finish him off in the hospital. Tragically, after 6 days in the hospital, Tupac's condition worsened. His right lung had to be removed and he suffered respiratory failure that led to cardiac arrest. Doctors tried to revive him, but his mother made the heartbreaking decision to stop treatment. Tupac died at the age of 25. Dead ends and missed leads. A year after Tupac's death, the investigation hit a wall. The police had few leads and witnesses were staying silent. The lead detective, Sergeant Kevin Manning, expressed doubt that the case would ever be solved. In 2002, a bombshell report appeared in the Los Angeles Times. Investigative journalist Chuck Phillips claimed to have cracked the case after a year of digging. Phillips reported that the Southside Crips, a Compton gang, were behind the shooting. Apparently, they were retaliating for the earlier altercation where Tupac beat up gang member Orlando Anderson. Phillips's investigation revealed that police only briefly interviewed Anderson at the time, despite him being the suspected shooter. Tragically, Anderson himself was killed 2 years later in a separate gang shooting. The report also pointed fingers at East Coast rappers, including Tupac's rival Notorious B.I.G. and associated New York criminals, given it was believed that Biggie, P. Diddy and Jimmy Henchman had previously set Tupac up at Quad Studios where he was robbed and shot. Tupac thankfully survived the 1994 encounter. The second part of Phillips's report slammed the Las Vegas police for mishandling the investigation. They failed to properly investigate the earlier fight involving Tupac and Anderson, ignored a potential witness who claimed to have seen the getaway car, and didn't follow up on a lead from someone who witnessed the entire shooting. Years later, another twist emerged. Documents released by the FBI revealed they investigated the Jewish Defense League for threatening rappers, including Tupac, and demanding protection money due in part as a response to the aggressive tactic Suge Knight used against Jewish music executives, witnesses, and unanswered questions. Tupac was surrounded by a large entourage of cars at the time of his murder, but information from those present has been scarce. Suge Knight, who was with Tupac when he was shot, claimed he didn't know who fired the gun, but also said he wouldn't tell the police even if he did. Another potential witness, Gaddafi, was involved in a scuffle with police shortly after the shooting. Investigators wanted to show him photos of suspects, but his lawyer never returned their calls. Tragically, Gaddafi himself was killed 2 months later. People who were with Tupac that night, like his bodyguard, claimed they weren't shown suspect photos despite seeing the shooters. shooters. The police dispute this account. Another witness came forward in 2016, claiming to have seen the suspected shooter and his gang near the club before the shooting. Despite these leads, much of the information surrounding the witnesses remains murky and contradictory. The lack of cooperation and some untimely deaths have made it difficult to solve Tupac's murder. In 2018, a new twist emerged. Dwayne Keith D. Davis, a gang leader and uncle of Orlando Anderson, claimed to be in the car with Tupac's shooter. He wouldn't identify the shooter but gave details about the other people in the car, all of whom are now deceased. Arrest made in Tupac Shakur's murder. In the latest development in the unsolved murder of rapper Tupac Shakur, in July 2023, Las Vegas police searched a house in Nevada connected to the investigation. Then, in September 2023, they arrested Dwayne Keith D. Davis. Authorities believe Davis is linked to the shooting in part due to his 2018 admissions, but haven't revealed all the details. Dwayne has been charged and the trial is currently set to commence on 4th of November 2024. One central tenet of both Biggie's and Tupac's murders remains consistent, and that is Suge Knight, a repeat violent offender who ran death row records like something out of a mafia movie. His employment of an army of corrupt police officers such as Nino Durden, Kevin Gaines, David Mack, and Rafael Perez probably tell us all we need to know as to why these murders are still unsolved. The truth may just be too embarrassing for law enforcement to let surface. Tupac's legacy extends far beyond his music, and the unsolved case continues to cast a long shadow. His words may be silenced, but his impact on music and culture will forever echo. What do you think about the recent developments in the case, and who do you think killed Tupac? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to Legends Eternal TV for more deep dives into the world of legends. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to stay updated. Ready to continue your journey down memory lane? Choose your next destination from our library of videos now. See you there.